Welcome back, everyone. I figured I should do an updated video on the wind turbine. So I found out after I set it up that when the wind was blowing, basically the boom and the blades seem to be downwind. And I've never seen a turbine that does that before. There always seems to be a tail that points at the other direction. But in this case, what happened, it's spinning backwards. So clearly the direction that I oriented everything is backwards. So I need to retie all the lines and flip these blades over 180 degrees so the leading edge is pointed in the right direction. Okay, I think I've got everything now. So what you'll notice here, these can drop into position, but they're kind of held slightly off from the angle of the blades. This one here too can drop into place, but it's held slightly off, and the bottom one as well. Get you around this way so you can see this one. So they're slightly off, but I think that's exactly where this needs to be for those blades to be able to move. So at this point, I have my trailing edges. If I'm standing facing the device, my trailing edges are off to the right. So as if you're running clockwise, you should see first a leading edge, then a trailing edge. Let me check and make sure that's actually the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so I just checked a picture that I took off one of the videos from the manufacturer, and this is actually correct. So this is the orientation it should be in. Now, I think the thing that was a little complicated for me, written on the back of each blade, let me see if I can show it to you, is the text toward the tower, right here. Now, they don't necessarily line up in this orientation until they're tight. So I would say the way I would probably word this, if you're putting this together, when you're putting this together, color code your blades the way you want them, and your leading edge should be to the left. So if you're standing here facing the boom, the leading edge is that way. This one down here, the leading edge is down toward the ground, and this one over here, the leading edge is up. That'll put them in the right orientation. So when I set this up previously, I was getting negative spin out of it. It was spinning backwards. And unfortunately, that means you can't produce power. It didn't seem to do any damage to it, but anyway, this is the orientation you want it in. So let me pull this back up. We should have enough breeze today. I think I'll actually get some response. But I'm going to pull this back up and get it set up again. All right, we are in position and we're turning the right way this time. So I'm gonna go grab my power hookup and see what we can get out of it. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see here, but we have 0-watt production. Okay, I'm going to switch this over. And we're on our screen to activate the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. All right, we should be active. Just want to make sure my power outputs are correct. Okay. Wind catcher ground. Alright, so our settings, if you can see them there, are still the previous ones. We have 40 volt output, 12 amp max, and Smart Protect is on. Okay, we're connected to an MPPT. Perfect. So I can turn off the Wi-Fi down here. Alright, Wi-Fi is off. And the Wi-Fi up on top of the tower is turned on. We have wind catcher. Go ahead and connect to that. Okay. So we're in idle position now. Let's see if you can see what I do. I think I don't need the extra lighting, huh? It's just getting in the way. There we go. Okay. Alright, it yawed into position. Okay, well that's different. Here, check that out. Much better. Okay, and we have 9 watts of production. I don't think you can actually see it at this angle. There we go, 26 watts. Okay, so we have power output between 9 and 20 watts. Stepping up to 23, I like it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. Alright, we're connected. Let me give it a couple of minutes and see what we get. Well, I think we're in testing mode now. So my power bank is pretty much fully charged. That might be why it's not charging off of this at the moment. But I do have a battery I can connect to it, so if this doesn't show me anything shortly, I'll go ahead and hook up a battery and see what kind of voltage and amperage I'm getting through a charger. But anyway, at the moment, everything seems to be working correctly. It's spinning the right direction. I've got positive output when I look at the app. I'm pretty sure the reason for the negative wattage indicated on the ground unit is because it's producing power, not drawing it from the battery bank or from the power supply. Anyway, we'll see how this goes, and I'll see you over the next horizon.